Look at that. Same shirt. Third video. Okay. Anyway, so in this video, which is literally like I just recorded the other two like a minute ago. Anyway, so in this video, I want to talk about the idea of time and what that means, time, but more specifically when it comes to your passions and when it comes to something that you want to do and want to create. Something that's in my life and something that's very apparent for me is the fact that I simply have a horrible relationship when it comes to time, right? I'm so good at timekeeping and management, being on time, being punctual, organizing. Blah, 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 blah. I cannot explain to you how good I am at that. I'm absolutely fantastic. You can put me there next to the president to do it, next to the prime minister, next to the, there's no queen, but next to the king. I can do that. But that doesn't matter. My point is that even though I have that sort of relationship with time, my relationship when it comes to time is horrible. What do I mean by that? When I think about the idea that I have a day off, right? And during that day, I want to get as much stuff done as possible. Why? Because I feel like I don't have enough time. Why? I don't have enough time because at some point in my life, I will die. And when I die, if I don't accomplish enough, then who am I? Then what was my point? What is the purpose of all of this? All of this, all of this. If I don't make the most out of it, the most out of it. I watched this show with my girlfriend called Before 90 Days, Fiancé. And in that season, season 8, there's this guy called Brian, right? He's stuck to a wheelchair. He's 51 years old or 52 years old. And he spoke about how there are a lot of friends of his that are also in a wheelchair and that they die because at any moment there might be a blood clot, that blood clot then rises to his body and he might die. So he feels that he needs to live his life and every day to the fullest, which respect and props to him for that. But in my life, I feel very, very strongly about that. If I don't sit down and I write every single day, I'll feel like shit. It makes me feel like shit. I want to like, whatever. But then with that, and that sort of thought and idea, sometimes when I have a day off, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit down and I want to watch Eastbound and Down. I want to sit down and just, I don't know, watch videos with Ram Dass and just relax and not do much. And it links to relaxing because I have a very, very, very hard time relaxing because I think about how I need to get stuff done as much as possible, right? So I watched this video with Ram Dass and I think it's an incredible video. But I want to talk about something that he talks about, and he says, we're used to working out of the I out to do it, I should do it, getting behind ourselves and pushing, But what he says is that the whole idea of trusting that if we don't push, then something would still happen. So basically, if I have this idea, if I come into this with this belief that no matter what, I will create, no matter what, I will still be, right? Then everything will be calmer. I will be calmer. My work will be more in a flow. But because there's this push and there's this, come on, you gotta do it. I don't feel like doing it. No, you gotta do it. Do it right now. If you don't do it, then something will happen. If you don't do it, then you're wasting your day. If you don't do it, then you're wasting your life. But if you change that, then, and you change that relationship that you've got with the work, with the passion, with the creating, then you kind of like strip back. You take the layers away of the anxiety and the stress and the what ifs and the judgments and the confidence of whether there is any point of doing this. And you just take a step back, because at the end of the day, I'll give you an example with me, which is the best example I can give. I'm in this body 100% of the time, so like I can detach myself or whatever. But I didn't sit down and start writing because I was like, you gotta start writing. You gotta start writing because what are you making out of this life? No. I started writing out of a form of expression. I started writing because I had all these stories that were in my head, and I saw the world and I see the world in such a unique lens. And I find it important for me to give life to that unique lens and to that unique viewpoint. And how can I do that if not by telling stories, if not by writing? Right? So for me, that's how it started. But now, because years have passed and years have passed and time has passed and projects and people and relationships and blah, 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 then I've gotten to a point where, to me, this is my life. The creating, this having to share, to express this need, right? This feeling of like I need to do it, but I don't need to do it anymore because now it's become like a job, right? It's become like a basketball player loves to play basketball, right? But sometimes doesn't want to play basketball, but he's getting paid to do it, and he has to do it to win championships, to win MVPs, to win scoring titles, to whatever it may be. So I've gotten to a point where to me it's like I have to do it. It's something I have to do. And if I have to do it, then I have to do it every single day. As much as I can every single day. But there's a very important aspect that I just forget. And it's about letting go, right? Surrendering. So it's important to think if that, like, okay, I'll say this, right? I love acting, right? And I started off in acting, but I started questioning whether this is harmonious with my inner being, with my intuition. Is this something that I feel about? And I used to, but now I don't. And yet there's still a part of me that is still holding on to that, because that's a, it's something that is like a what if, but you can't live life based off of what ifs, because that's not a life, that's not living. But yeah, I just want to say this. Passion comes out of a joyful involvement in the universe. But passion can also be a passion of a river or a tree. And it doesn't necessarily have to be this like grand thing moment. Or maybe it can as well. In Buddhism or in Hinduism, they talk about the Atma, which the Atma is the deepest point of truth in yourself, right? So that thing that makes you feel like that you know that ugh, that thing is where passion comes from. That's where it is. The Atma. So it's important to ask ourselves, you know, what is harmonious with myself? What makes me feel that type of feeling, right? Never surrender to something that can sort of invalidate that wisdom, that intuitive wisdom that you have. And as long as you keep sort of connecting to that, and you keep asking the same question, is this harmonious with my inner self, with my inner being, then you will get those sort of like answers that you're looking for. Then you will understand yourself better. Then you will be able to see what is the right path for you. So I think I started this video like talking about, passions and yeah. I think that's what I mainly started talking about. But I think it's important to remember to oh yeah, no, sorry. Let me go back to that. So I was talking about time, right? And the relationship with time, and how it's important for me to get busy living. And it is true, but you can't force something. You can't force a relationship. You can't force a friendship. So why would you force a passion? Why would you force a project? Why would you force anything that is creative? You didn't in the beginning. So why should you now? Like when I play basketball and I shoot the ball, right? I don't force the ball in, but I shoot it. This flow coming through these fingers, like, then the ball rolls, and then the hoop, swish. That's the idea. It's the swish. Is that swish? Is when you shoot, and you know it's gonna go in before it even goes in. It's that moment. It's a tiny, tiny moment that is in between the letting go of the ball with the success of the ball going inside the hoop. It's that speck, that little moment, and that's the nugget of passion. That's where the Atma sits, right there. And it's important to find that little thing and to not to capture it and say, it's mine. I found it. I got you. No, it's important to view it and to see it and to let it be. Because once you let that be, then it will flow. Then you're riding that wave. Then you're here. Then it's easy. And nothing is forced. And nothing is pushed upon. And nothing is pushing and pulling and trying and I don't feel like I trust this. I don't feel like this is working. Yeah, but maybe I should have friends, but I don't really like this person. Or I really want to I still want to be an actor because, what if I make millions and trillions of dollars? What if I win an Oscar? What if the role of a lifetime is right around the corner and I'm quitting now? But why are you pushing? Why are you trying so hard to make this thing work when it's not? And because it's not, and because you're trying and because you're pushing and pulling and doing all these things and it's not flowing, then if it doesn't fit like a glove, then it doesn't fit like a glove. It's simple. I think Mac DeMarco said that his relationship is very much like a glove. It just fits in perfectly. That's great when you put on a glove, especially when it's like one of those like yellow gloves that you have to like clean the dishes or like really clean whatever, and you go and you put it, and then like your finger goes like this, and then it's like stuck to here, and you have to like pull every single one. And it's annoying and it's difficult, and you get it in and it's sweaty and it's sticky and it's blah, blah, all these things. But that moment when you put on a glove and You put it on, and it's just like, just smoothly going in. Bam! There's no better feeling than that. There are many other feelings that are much better than that, but in the metaphorical aspect way of it, it's just a fantastic feeling. Let's see the calendar, the happy calendar. Let's see, today is the 10th. Let's see. This is what it says. The blue of heaven is larger than the cloud. What the fuck does that mean? I have no clue. But I'll sit and I'll meditate on that and I'll think about it. But most importantly, be the Atma. Find the Atma. Let the Atma be the Atma. And just live and flow. Same with me, mostly. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to myself. And you, like me, like you, like me, like you, and me, need to fix this relationship with time, because this is not good. This is not productive. It's not creative, and it's not helping you or me or you or me, which is you, which is me, which is you, which is me. Anyway, so had a great time doing this third video in the same outfit, same hair, same beard and mustache. Look at that, we're on a roll here. We're flowing, making this shit work, making this shit happen. So yeah, thank you so much, and have a great time living your life and doing your thing. See ya.